tired with the frustrations that being too handsy in your golf swing, you've tried everything to kill off your release, yet you take away all the power and leaves you with yet more questions? Well, today I've got all of the answers that's going to make you play your best golf. A very common request I have from golfers when they come on my lesson tee is that they want to fix how handsy their golf swing is. Now, let me just drop you an FYI. If you weren't handsy through strike, you wouldn't be much of a golfer.
Come on!
The hands have to unload the golf club. There has to be a swing moment. We've got the heavy end and the light end. As seasoned watchers of my channel will recognize, that club has to swing down at the bottom. Yes, it has to swing. For a lot of golfers, they have thought about doing this Tommy Fleetwood nonsense, trying to take the hands out of the swing, and I promise you, it just doesn't work. It may work very nicely for Tommy Fleetwood, but let me tell you, it won't be working too well for you. If you've watched enough of my content, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. Go watch this video up here. It is all about the hold. The hold is everything. It is the bedrock of your golf swing. And if you do not hold the golf club well, you are making your life so much harder. So get the hold right, and all of this content will mean that little bit more. So the hands at impact. What are the common traits that we see with golfers? Well, of course, we've all thought about trying to take the hands out of the equation by not allowing the golf club to feel like it's swinging. And then all of a sudden, what you end up with is a sensation that you're trying to turn your body as much as possible. That then makes you feel like your feet are a little lacking when it comes to security, because what you're now thinking is about the middle of your body trying to turn through the shot without any hand action. And now all of a sudden, you've got no foot action, you're trying to turn from the middle, and all of a sudden, you keep on whipping her out to the right. Get your grip right. That's job number one. And then the second job is to understand how we set and unload this golf club. So once we take the grip, and if you haven't done it, and I see it so often when I help people on Skillist, it's a remote coaching app that you can come find me if you'd like a personalized golf lesson or even just a swing analysis. I always request golfers to get themselves down on their hands and knees, do themselves a little press up with their hands pointing outwards so that they can feel the full pressure on that grip. Once you've got that left hand in place, now you'll be able to feel how this golf club can swing. And when this golf club swings, set and unset, you'll feel like this forearm on the way back internally rotates, and then on the way down, it externally rotates. The palm of the hand is looking at the floor. So it's effectively taking the golf club from the right of my body to the left of my body. But as I do that, I'm keeping the palm to the floor. Now that can feel like there's swing in the golf club. The bit that you're feeling, the handsiness that you're feeling, is actually the toe over the ball, the toe over the heel, which is this. This is what you're actually feeling when it comes to feeling handsy. Trying to get the toe over the heel of the golf club is what you feel like you need to do through strike. And that's the feeling of being handsy. Now, if you didn't do that, if you didn't get the toe over the heel of the golf club, you would end up hitting the ball out to the right, because the handsiness in your golf swing is saving you. It is not the problem. And it's so often when we come to this game, when we're trying to improve, is that we look for the area that we highlight or we feel the most. Oh, I feel like I'm coming over the top. Oh, I feel like I'm coming underneath it. Oh, I feel like I'm handsy. Those are all symptoms of something else. And unfortunately, in this game, the analysis of what needs fixing ultimately comes down to you using all of my content to get better. So the handsiness down through strike is purely a face deficiency, and how you have that face deficiency can often lead straight back to the grip initially. Once you've got the good grip and you now feel how the hands can work. The hands must work in a golf swing. The club must swing in a golf swing. Because when the club swings, that's the very thing that's going to give you the power. There's the set, there's the swing. Does that look handsy to you? Yes, it does. And that handsiness does not mean that the golf ball will tend to go a long way offline. It will mean that you're actually giving yourself some power. Because that set and that unset is where the speed comes from, and that is handsiness, a handsy motion. But that's not to say that you can't then encourage your body to work. So at the speed that you feel the club set and unset, hopefully you're feeling the golf club have an arc in to in. Hopefully it's not straight. Because if it's straight in your sensation of swinging this golf club, you would then want to have a body action that moves sideways as well. This, my friends, is not going to be very powerful, nor is it going to be very accurate. So when we start to encourage handsiness, now that we know that handsiness can be set the club, there's the forearm rotation, there's the palm down, there's the forearm rotation, there's the palm down. Now I can unload the golf club, there's the swing, there's the palm down. So you can see both sides of the golf shot. This golf club is setting, palm down, unsetting, palm down. There is my set and unset. There is my handsiness. Just to reiterate, there is the palm down, there is the palm down. So the handsiness in the golf swing, as I say, gives us the energy. Now we want to make sure that the body can facilitate that hand moving to the right of the golf ball and to the left of the golf ball, which means we've got to move around the ball. Now, for a lot of you, you'll be using your legs as shock absorbers and not pistons. If you don't know what a piston is, go check it out on Google. Leg length, leg length. So if you push your leg long, it will open your hip up. If you push your leg long, it'll open your hip up. And if you open your hips up in backswing and through swing, all of a sudden now you have a rotary motion of your body. Don't worry about lateral, because I promise you, and I had my good friend Damien come down yesterday for a lesson, you will never ever kill off lateral. You will always have some form of lateral because you are moving a golf club to the side of you and then to the side of you. You will be inhuman to get rid of all lateral motion. The thing that we need to encourage at all costs is rotary motion, and we do that with leg length. So when I make my right leg longer, I open my hips up. When I make my left leg longer, I open my hips up. So now, by putting your hand out in front of you, knowing that we've got, there's the set, there's the unload, there's the set, there's the unload, there's the handsiness that you're feeling. Now what we want to do is arc this grip. There's the top of the club, the lever, the top of the lever point between the head and the shoulder. We want to make sure that that hand moves inside and inside. So therefore, why not make that right leg long, opens my chest up. Again, the way I see it is opening it up, closing it off. However you see it, you're rotating your chest, pulling the hand in. Now I'm going to make my left leg long, pulling my hand in. So now I've got right leg, left leg. Now moving the grip in and in. So there's my arc that I've now got. At that point, I can now use my left leg and set, use my left leg and unset. Now I've got handsiness and I've got leg action, which all of a sudden can start to look like this. Flat-footed is not a problem, because all of the time you start to really make some energy through the ball, that right side will start to encourage itself. So, set the club, right leg long, unset the club, left leg long. So both sides of the swing are now being fulfilled. The club sets, the hip moves. The club unsets, the hip moves. So your legs are facilitating mobility from the belt line upwards, which is crucial in a golf swing, because that's where a lot of the energy comes from, because your hands are on the golf club. Now, if you're looking to feel longer in your backswing, you then just allow your arms to carry on up. Because most of the time, if you open your hip up, you'll encourage more chest rotation, and normally, when you encourage better hip action, your hands and your chest align themselves up. Arm action at the top normally gets into real bother when we have short hip turns, the chest can't move, and the arms make up the shortfall for what the feet aren't doing. So handsiness is an absolute necessity for a golfer feeling energy, because if you set it, you can feel unset. If you don't feel unset, you will feel weak as Mrs. Miggins on a closing down sale on a Sunday evening, knowing she's not opening up on a Monday morning. If you don't know who Mrs. Miggins is, she owns a fantastic pie shop. Go check her out. So, there's the set, there's the energy. Now there's the leg length. Now there's some more energy for you. Now I'm going to pull, and yes, get back up off the ground, pick up your cookies and tea. Pulling the golf club is essential. Go check that video out. So now we've got set, leg length, gonna pull. Now I'm gonna allow it to unload. There's your handsiness. And I'm now gonna use my left leg to open my hip back up. So I'm gonna pull, swing, and off she goes. So now all of a sudden, I've got open body, swing and energy. And who would have thought you could hit down from the inside with your feet flat on the floor, just rotating your body? Not a sign of swinging out to the right, trying to roll the face over. Garbage. So hopefully, understanding that handsiness is absolutely essential. So hopefully you realize that this swing and unload, the handsiness that you've been trying to kill off, just needs a little bit of a better grip and a little bit more encouragement, so that when you set yourself up over the golf ball this weekend, you can get yourself in a place where Mrs. Miggins is happy and you're knocking the flagstick out. Are you tired of paying too much for your premium leather golf gloves? Head over to gxgolfgloves.com. These are gloves tried and trusted by elite amateurs and tour players alike. Enter my code GOODCOACHING to receive 10% off your next order. Go try them out, you won't be disappointed. Thanks for being with me. If I've offered up some help to your golf, I would really appreciate you subscribing. And that, my friends, is good coaching.